It's the Dace Man Show, featuring Gibby, Frank Ward, Cheever, Tits, Sir Nicholas Andrew, Frank Klein, Chris Bompadre. This is Travis Goss welcoming you to the Dace-tacular Dacement in Daceford, New Jersey with your host, Chris, the Dace Man Dace.
What's up, Dace-tacular Nation? Welcome to another edition of the Dace Man Show. I am your host, Chris, the Dace Man Dace, and joining me this week in the Dacement for episode 299, Gibby.
Whoop, whoop.
And Trish.
What's up, bitches?
So, as you can see, we're 8 minutes late. We apologize. This computer did its tour of duty for the year on the Game-a-thon, and it decided that...
It's done. It's over.
Yeah, it's pretty much done. Speaking of Game-a-thon, PAX East is coming up in
Next weekend.
11 days. Yeah, next weekend.
Yeah.
Borderlands is teasing more things. They've got a new card out that kind of has like claptrap on it and
See,
then other
I told
things.
you, who was saying that they thought it was going to be a separate game?
People are really pissed off if it isn't Borderlands 3.
Oh my god. Well, because they've been waiting for it. And every year Bethesda goes to the fucking convention and everyone's like, Borderlands 3, and Bethesda's like, no, we're not doing it. This is the only year where Bethesda hasn't been like, no, we're not doing it. So they're thinking they're gonna do it.
Their response is always, we never said we were going to say that, so I don't know why you're upset.
But that's what it is. Like, everyone's like, Borderlands? And they're like, no. And then when it doesn't happen, they're like, Borderlands? They're like, we told you no.
But I'm personally jealous because we've gone the last 2 years. I've gone the last 3.
Yeah.
They never did anything like that at PAX East. Or like a big announcement.
It was actually.
Weren't you there?
Nope.
Oh, no, I'm thinking of E3.
Yeah, they've never really brought a game
actually-
like that.
They don't really do many announcements at
It's really...
PAX East. It's more just showcasing what's
Stuff,
getting ready to come
yeah.
out.
Yeah, and independent. It's a huge independent
Well,
scene.
it's
Yeah.
also probably part of the fact of the matter that how many people are pulling out of PAXs and E3s. They probably need to start pulling in, like Sony, Nintendo. Like, they probably need to start pulling in more big things to pull people there.
It's kind of like that bullshit streaming thing where everybody wants to do their own now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sony
That's what I'm
Con,
saying.
Nintendo Con.
But that's what I mean. So
Yeah.
they're trying to pull big things in there to get people back into it and get interested again. Like, it's the point where E3 started really opening to the public because they wanted to bring people in. Like, think about that.
Yeah, makes sense. Especially when you have major titles like Blizzard.
Who did their own convention.
Yep, and just basically said, we're not leaving Southern California, deal with it.
But it makes sense for Blizzard
no, but
to
they
do their
still
own
come
thing
out,
because of World of Warcraft. Like, you can do a whole convention just off that alone if you really wanted to.
Mhm.
With companies like Bethesda, like, yeah, they probably could, but it probably wouldn't have the following. It wouldn't be worth the money that they would probably put out for it.
That's true.
Yeah, I don't know. It's. I don't think PAX East really is a news dropping thing. Is the problem?
The weird thing is...
But that's what I'm saying. I think they're trying to make it that because they want to pull people back into it.
I don't think it ever will be. I think it's more. I think if anything, it's more what E3 is about than any of the PAXs are.
It depends. Because there's no gaming presence on the East Coast. So, like, the biggest East Coast convention has to be PAX East.
Yes.
Because everything else takes place either in
The West
Silicon
Coast.
Valley or
Yeah.
up in the Northwest.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, Comic-Con kind of splits
Everywhere now.
movies to San Diego and TV really
But
gets...
not even anymore because like they're splitting off into so many little sectors of the different Comic Cons. Like
Yeah.
there's so many different types. Like there's the original, there's Wizard World, there's the greater areas. Like people create their own Comic Cons anymore. So it's like
Well, I always felt Wizard World was just kind of a huge meet and greet thing.
so yes,
Never
and,
really announcements.
yes and no. Like New York City's that one's definitely one where you're gonna find more panels than announcements.
Mhm.
That's for sure. Like you don't that one they focused like when we were there. It was things that were coming out, and they were showcasing what was going on with it.
It felt primarily animation and TV, the years we went.
No,
Because Walking Dead was a staple point, and then the Marvel Netflix.
Yeah, but no, because one of the other big things was Tomorrowland. George Clooney fucking showed up.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, the Tomorrowland panel, George Clooney ended up showing up
Actually,
for that.
didn't that movie bomb?
I don't know. I'm not saying it didn't, but
That might have been a desperation.
Yeah, that's just like,
but
please
I think
press.
more so, like, you're not gonna go to New York Comic Con and then get the big blockbuster trailers you get at San Diego.
you're not. I think it might start changing over time because New York's been getting a larger amount of people in attendance than San Diego has been.
To me, that's easier to get to demographically. Like for us, obviously, but I mean, even for like Europe.
Yeah.
Europe can get to New York in a shorter time than it can get to L.A. or San Diego. San Diego is kind of an obscure city except for the Comic Con.
God, if it's from Europe, it's almost 12 hours.
Yeah. So you waste half a day to get out there.
Yeah.
And San Diego is so ridiculous where I feel like New York Comic Con can fit more because they did the strategy like The Walking Dead. They moved them out of the Javits Center.
Yeah, Javits.
And put them in the Hammerstein Ballroom.
Yeah.
And said, you know what? If you want to go check that panel out, just walk down a couple blocks and you get it. So they started taking those bigger things and moving them.
But they have so much room there too.
Yeah.
That convention center is enormous, and they take advantage of every single room that they could possibly take advantage of in there. And that's a big thing for them too.
And they like New York, they utilized the city. San Diego didn't. San Diego you had the convention center, and that was pretty much it. New York, it's like you can go down a couple of the buildings, catch that theater, you'll get the Hellboy shit or whatever the hell it may
and
be.
then they also did a lot of the after party stuff. Like they made people want to be there for more than just the convention. Like they introduced all those like the parties and like the cruise thing that we almost did and stuff like that.
They have a better city to do it in. San Diego is a lovely city. I love San Diego.
But it's an old person city.
It's relaxed.
Yeah.
It's very
It's an old person city. Yeah.
Whereas New York is like, we'll stay up till 4 a.m. Fuck it. San Diego's like, no, we got an ordinance at 10, go to bed.
The city that never sleeps.
Yeah. So I just thought it was interesting that Borderlands is still teasing. Like, they got to be the biggest cock tease out there when it comes to video games.
What's gonna be funnier is if they tease all this stuff
and
then
don't
it's
do it.
not fucking Borderlands.
That's why I thought it was interesting because they're like before it's kind of like they walked into like E3 but they didn't really say anything. Now they're saying things like they're showing pictures and they're teasing things. It's like you guys.
I would laugh
assholes.
my ass off if they did all this and then they because what the worst part is if they did it, they're gonna piss their fans off.
It's
for
a mobile game.
Oh, that's it. That was the big joke. Was one of my friends was saying, they're gonna, and it's gonna be a Borderlands fucking mobile game.
Probably.
Could you imagine the Diablo fucking fallout that would happen from that?
I'd probably the death of Borderlands.
Oh,
Like, you know what?
Oh no.
We would have to go just to watch that slaughter.
Oh my god, that would be so bad.
Throwing copies of Borderlands 2 into the harbor.
That would be such an awful mobile game, though. Like,
I'm on the fence of getting VR because of Borderlands. The Borderlands VR looks amazing, and I've been fortunate enough that I got a decent bonus for last year, and it's burning a hole in my pocket. It's like you could pull the trigger, have this, but you could absolutely have buyer's remorse.
Should I look up the Oculus on Amazon?
I have actively avoided it. I was responsible. I paid bills, and I went, you know what? Nest egg. I bought a popcorn machine, but that's about it.
I saw that. I thought that was new.
Yeah, it was on sale. Thank you, Bezos. But it's burnt. If I were to pull the trigger on it,
sending you VR videos.
And especially with Borderlands, because that is where I almost pulled. Everything was like.
I still want you guys to try and check out that Until Dawn game that I was telling you about, where it's like the rail car game, because that was awesome. I think you could do the PSVR and save yourself a lot of money.
Well, and I'm really I'm really debating. I don't play it enough to warrant me being a person who goes and gets it right away. But they now have Borderlands. I would definitely pick up Arkham Knight, and then probably Until Dawn. That
one really fucks with your depth and stuff.
Even Resident Evil, although I think it would kill me.
Can we make Ryan Reeves play it?
I would watch that. Absolutely.
I would absolutely watch that.
But it's been burning. Like I keep thinking, it's like, you know what? I have kind of like a rule. If I think about it more than like 100 times, then I buy it. Like the popcorn machine has been on my mind since like we had a drought in movies, and I haven't had movie popcorn in forever, and then I kept thinking that, and then boom.
I will say, when Jesse was doing his streaming, he did VR like most of the time. It was really funny to listen to him doing it because like the people in there, like some of the games were really fun. Like I think you would probably enjoy it. There was this one like cops and robbers game he played. You didn't know if you were going to be the cop or the robber before you got into the game, and you could literally do whatever you want. Somebody had him and another kid up against a wall telling them to touch each other. It was so bad.
I'd be interested in seeing it.
Yeah.
Speaking of splurging, and I just kind of want to tell this story. We don't have to stick around on it too much. But I had bought opening day tickets
Oh, this is
Thursday?
This is cold.
Friday. I think it was Friday. I bought opening day Friday tickets for
Friday.
Friday. And not even an hour later, the Phillies.com posted Bryce Harper got pegged in the fucking ankle with a rookie fucking pitcher. Just nailed him in the fucking ankle. And I saw that and went, motherfucker.
I'm just happy Deshaun Jackson's getting number 10 back because I never got rid of his jersey.
Well, there you go. That's going to make a lot of people in the Eagles family happy.
I did not get rid of his jersey. He literally, somebody had his number. He talked to the dude and and worked something out with him and got his old number back. I'm fucking pumped about that.
But the level of disappointment I had in my brain of just I missed I didn't go to a Phillies game at all last year.
You didn't get an open day?
Yeah,
I
because
did
you guys
not.
were
We were
PAX.
PAX. And then I've gone to the years before where it's been a bunch of nobodies, and it was like, I'll get to see an all-star slugger start the game, and it was like, God damn it!
Are they saying he's out?
No, he was back he was in the minors today. He got his first hits as a Philly. The other interesting fact about baseball, Mr. Mike Trout.
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
everyone was
resigned,
bitching and
yeah.
moaning about that. First of all, there was no guarantee he was going to do it. Bryce Harper was just talking a lot of shit saying he was going to pull him in. And the kid wants fucking money and a decent contract. They literally saw the contract that the Phillies gave Bryce, saw what happened and was like, shit, and we're like, here's money.
He didn't even get to hold the most lucrative contract in baseball for more than a month
No, because
before they pulled this Trout.
Yeah.
because of Trout. Yeah,
Yep.
because Bryce Harper was sitting there saying, yeah, I'll get Trout to come to the Phillies, and then the other team, whatever team Trout was on, was like, no.
I gotta be honest, I was shocked they did it this year.
Yeah, they put 2 more years on his contract.
He doesn't get out. He's not free until 2021, I
2
think.
years, yeah.
And then they went and put another 12 years on his contract on top of that. This dude's gonna be fucking
I
old.
thought it was 12 years from now. I didn't know it was
Oh.
in addition to. I thought it's
I thought
it's the
another-
same length as Bryce. I thought
It's-
they were aren't they both 12s?
It's still funny as
Bryce
shit.
is
I'm pretty sure they're both 12.
yeah,
Bryce is 13.
13.
No, 13, 333 million, 13 years.
We'll put it this way: Trout's gonna be like 41 when he's done. I'm curious as if he still has the no trade clause, or
I didn't see. I
I
don't know.
don't think it matters.
well, the Phillies have a hell of a farm system the Angels could pick apart when it comes to 2021.
True.
So they might just go, you know what? Do you want him? We'll trade you. Give us all your prospects.
Or we're just going to have a lot of Ryan Howard situations where they're just becoming bench warmers and lazy shitbags.
Well, I'm really hoping that the teams are getting smarter where they front load the money on these contracts.
They should.
Because
Absolutely.
it makes more sense because you know that's when you're going to get the most bang of the buck out of them. And then it doesn't screw the team over.
Yeah.
I mean, unless you want to go be like, we're going to win now and then fuck
Later.
10 years from now.
Yeah.
Then it would make sense to not front load it and front and back end it, but
Well, the Angels have a weird deal still in place where when they finish paying Mike Trout, they'll still be paying Albert Pujols. And they signed him almost 5 or 6 years ago.
yeah.
Like, the way they did his contract, he's getting paid, like, for 30 fucking years. Like,
Yeah.
they did it so weird.
It's very common though, especially usually what
It's
happens
job
is
security and money.
Well,
It's money security.
I think
Money
also it
flow?
happens
Yeah.
with like they could have probably done it with Howard where they just go in and restructure the contracts.
And say, we'll pay you
We'll
until...
pay you basically until infinity
we'll
and
pay
beyond.
you to fucking leave.
But it's just going to be spread out more, so it doesn't really kill their.
we'll pay you to fuck
their
off.
what's called.
Is what they're saying.
The pay the salary cap,
Yeah.
right?
They're just because they're just trying to So they'll be like instead of paying him, I don't know what the hell Howard's making, but instead of
You're still getting a salary. You don't got to do shit.
Instead
Just
of
get off our
10
bench
million,
and leave us alone.
they'll do like we'll give you fucking 500,000
A year,
for the next
yeah.
30 years, and then you'll equate to the same amount of money,
Mm-hmm.
so
Yeah.
that usually.
It's funny on paper when you see you're still
Yeah.
paying for that guy long after he's done. Actually,
But-
he's done now. He's still playing, but he's just not him anymore.
He's just a bench warmer.
He's-
I
yeah.
think it's happened before where also they've gotten traded to another team,
and you're still paying.
but you're still paying them, and what they do is exactly they just extend out that piece. They work out a deal. I don't know how the fuck it works. Baseball is weird with their contracts. I know that, and they'll just extend that shit
They're
out
the
to
only ones
infinity.
who have contracts for that fucking long, in my opinion. Like that's a long ass
Well-
time.
Well, but that's because baseball players could, in theory, play for that
a long
amount
time.
of
No, I know
It's
that because
just-
football players.
Jamie Moyer.
yeah.
Because football players don't have the longevity with the beating that they take.
I don't know what you're
6
talking
years,
about.
No.
Tom Brady's still playing.
Fuck Tom Brady.
He doesn't take a
disgust.
beating. He's a princess. he puts towers like
No,
Gronk in front
But
of
you
him.
know who does take a beating, but is still around and doing what he needs to do, to a certain extent?
Jason Witten's coming back.
That Aaron fucking Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers is another one.
Aaron
yeah.
Rodgers is real old, but you know what? He's still decent. Like,
He
I
tries to
actually
play the
think
whole
he's
game by
older
himself.
than
but you know
Brady.
who's screwed? The fucking Steelers.
Is Big Ben still playing?
Yes,
Yeah.
but they just got rid of 2 of their best players and sent one to fucking Oakland and the other one to
doesn't
the
matter.
Giants.
It
Got
doesn't
rid of
matter.
or they ran
Neither
away?
were going to play, so you had to get rid of them. Like, they were fucked no matter what happened there.
They're
They were
still fucked.
literally fucked no
They're
matter
still
what
gonna fall
happened
apart. Big Ben needs to just I hate that scumbag.
there. Agreed. But they were screwed, so it didn't matter. They're literally screwed. I was more shocked with the Beckham trade.
Yeah, that. Well,
That came out
did
of
you see
fucking
the?
nowhere.
Did you see the thing? It was like the meme that's going around, and it
Where'd
says
it go?
it's the Cleveland Browns passing the baton of the worst football team to the New York Giants.
I don't
Sucks for Eli.
like, but no, you just think about it. The Cleveland Browns are going to
Oh,
be
I
good.
know. I
The
know.
fucking Jets are going to be
Gibby,
good.
I'm fully aware of this.
Aren't the Browns predicted to win their division?
I
don't
if
know,
they
probably.
don't fucking win,
there's
I
not-
would fucking
there's-
fire everybody.
There's not much in their
There's
division
no
either.
fucking way that
Yeah.
division. There's no way they
Look,
don't win.
Baker
There's physically
Mayfield.
No way they don't
Baker
make the
Mayfield
playoffs.
did really good. They picked up the people that they've been picking up. It's definitely going to be a good year for the Browns, hopefully.
Good years of fucking not. They should dominate that fucking division.
They should, but we'll see what
You have
happens.
fucking Landry. Fucking. I mean, there's no way that team does
Oh
not
yeah,
do well.
because the Steelers are decimated. The
Mhm.
Bengals are the Bengals, and then there's the Ravens.
Which,
the Ravens
well, the
just
Ravens
sold out again.
Yeah, because they got rid of their quarterback, right?
Yeah, they sold out again, so they're in rebuild mode.
Yeah.
What was the other one?
The Bengals,
Bengals.
and the Steelers.
Who takes the Bengals seriously?
Steelers just got raped.
Who the fuck?
By
Oh,
Big
that's right.
Ben.
They have
And all
the
the little-
quarterback with no soul.
Big Ben?
No, it's a ginger.
It's a ginger.
The Bengals,
Dalton?
right?
Oh yeah. Wasn't that your quarterback?
Probably
Oh.
got hurt. I can't believe how fast I go through quarterbacks anymore.
Yeah, Gibby's not allowed to pick a quarterback until the last round because he kills them.
Jesus.
Good news is,
Christ.
guys, if we do fantasy again this year, I'm gonna let you know who Gibby picks as a quarterback because you probably shouldn't root for that team because their quarterback's gonna die.
And you should immediately drop him.
Yeah, because Gibby kills them.
Yeah.
You went through 5 quarterbacks this
I
year.
can't help it, man.
And I gave you one, and you still killed that one.
Yeah, I know. Kirby was pissed at me on that one too. That was
Because
so.
wasn't it the
It
Bears?
was Trubisky.
quarterback? Yes, Trubisky. Yeah. I had him as a backup, and you killed my backup.
Yeah, and I only reason I did was because I just wanted to send it to Kirby and be like, I'm gonna kill him. And it was only took 2 weeks, but I got it
If
done.
fantasy happens this year, I'll let everybody know what
God.
quarterbacks Gibby's picking because you don't want them.
So another topic we wanted to jump on tonight, and I know we talked a little bit about it, and
There's
it's
so much going on.
There is. It's confusing to me because I just thought it happened all the time. The college scandal,
Well,
Thank you.
that people
where
are
rich
just-
people are paying off to get their kids in
So
school.
I think the reason it's a scandal is because A, they got caught. B, it's like they found some big names in it, and I think
Mhm.
that's the big thing. Like, I'm fucking loving the memes that are coming from this because
But,
of
like,
Lindsay
I
Loughlin,
think
though.
it's a little bit different.
Because it's like a bit. It's like it's been
It-
like it's not just paying them off to get into school. Like they
They
were.
cheated on the exams.
Yeah,
Well,
and they paid off that.
cheated
yeah.
off the exams. They're getting them in through sports and stuff. But the reason why I'm saying it's different is because normally how you would, as a rich person, get your son into there is
You pay off the school.
you buy him a fucking building.
Yeah, you pay off the school. They're
Right.
paying off this guy,
Alright,
and this
so-
guy's doing it for them.
Well, the difference is if I'm buying a building, I'm spending
So
$50 million for a brand new fucking building, or they're paying like $500,000 to getting the kid in. So it's like they're even like going the
So
cheap route.
the money's not going to the school.
So it isn't. It's not. So
No.
this guy.
That's why it's a problem.
That's exactly
That's
it. That's
why it's
exactly
a
it.
This guy basically cheats and like bribes and stuff for them. Like he manipulates his way.
Apparently, this
for
guy
them.
is a fucking genius.
He has to be. Well, not
So-
anymore. He got caught.
Well, yeah. But apparently he can go into he was the one really taking the SATs for these
Yeah,
people who
that
didn't
was
know what
the
the
thing.
fuck they were doing.
Yeah.
And he would go in. He would go, "What do you need me to score?" And he would go in and get that score on the fucking test. He was that good. You wanted a perfect score, he'll go in and get a perfect score.
Well, punish that guy.
Well,
That's pretty creative.
yeah, but he was basically the ringleader, and
Yeah.
then what he was doing is in order, because a lot of them, like UCLA, even if you scored a 1600, it does not mean you get into that school.
Mhm.
You have to pass like all the written stuff, blah blah blah. There's a bunch of shit to get into their entrance exams. So what he was doing was he was reaching out to, like, girls soccer, volleyball, crew team,
Rowing.
bunch of
Rowing's the one I heard about.
crew. That's crew.
Okay, whatever. Rowing.
That's crew team.
It's the rowing stuff,
So,
right?
so that he kind of contacts those coaches and then gets them to say that they're on the team in order to bump their thing up to get admitted,
Mhm.
To get the
even though they-
extracurriculars and stuff.
even
yeah.
though they weren't in the team, but yet on paper
they were.
so that they could get. It's fucking crazy.
So it's the correct
People were
extracurriculars
actually-
counted for them. Yeah.
I was reading one article. People were actually paying extra so that that nobody or whatever, who the hell the kid would be the captain of said team. Like, and they weren't even part of it. Like, they don't even show up, but yet they were captain of the team. On paper, they're the captain because
Mhm.
that's what the coach would put down. This is blah 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 as the captain, and just don't tell the guys the kids or anything. Like, it just basically
Yep.
backlog
Yeah.
everything. It was fucking nuts what they were doing. But yeah, it looked like they were spending. I was reading from anywhere from $500,000 to
That was
I think
Aunt
it was
Becky.
like $3 million.
Aunt Becky from Full House spent $500,000.
Yeah,
And
but all the way
then-
up to $3 million. I guess if your son's really stupid, they charge him more. I don't know.
I guess. When I first heard the story, they said rich people were paying for their kids to get to school. I'm like, okay, I've not seen how that's different from any other day. Now with the clarification, I can see why it's a problem.
Yeah. So
Well, I don't think it's a problem. I can see why colleges would be pissed because it doesn't sound like they're getting the
the
money.
colleges aren't getting the money, so that's why they're pissed. But I think there's been like 5 or 6 lawsuits already brought up.
Oh,
Students
there's
are
multiple.
suing their colleges
Because of it.
because they're like, you're now this college is tainted.
The reputation.
Like,
is
I'm not
damaged,
going to
yeah.
be able to get as good of a job now because you're allowing people in who shouldn't be in here.
Yeah.
So now you're tainting the quality of the education at this institution, and they're now suing them. And a couple of the colleges says that they're going to freeze the students in question, but they're not saying what they're going to do with
I
them
think
exactly.
that's ridiculous. That's like suing the city of Camden for being a shithole and you have to live there.
Well, the
I-
one daughter definitely needs to be frozen because she went on YouTube and said, I just went for partying. So that one, yeah, freeze that fucker.
But I think that is ridiculous. You can't the school didn't know that this was going on. It's not their fault.
They're-
Like on
Well,
paper, they
but
didn't. They thought
They
it was
caused
natural.
it.
no, I
Long run, they cause it.
Well, yeah.
Because they do
there's-
still
there's-
take donations for those buildings to bring people in who still don't deserve it. They're not going to
Correct.
stop doing that.
I mean, but there's a lot of things that really benefit the wealthy because also usually most schools, if you went there,
Mhm.
your son and daughter basically get free ride there.
Yeah.
Or not a free ride, but they can go there. They don't really have to pass all the
Challenge,
fucking
yeah.
crazy shit to actually get in. So it kind of like bolsters them. But anyway, I think the whole thing's kind of nuts. I actually agree with the students. I think it does fuck them over slightly.
Oh, for sure.
But
I'm glad I don't have
to-
one now.
To me, it's not as much as the students that are already there that should be pissed. I feel like it's the students who applied and didn't get it.
Yeah, absolutely. So
Because now you drastically, I mean drastically altered their lives.
Mhm.
Because if they would have gotten that just the fucking name of that institution is worth fucking zeros. And you just fucked them out of if they would have qualified. But see, the problem is you can't guarantee, you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So like the colleges kind of are getting away with the fact that it's like, it's probably why the other people can't sue, because they can't guarantee like, oh, you would have gotten it.
yeah,
But it's really fucked up.
that would be an interesting court case. The what if scenario.
Yeah.
Like, what if you were like number 301? They were only taking 300.
But see, they don't tell you that, so that's the problem. And then the school is basically just going to keep saying, well, you wouldn't have been admitted anyway.
Do you think
But
they
they're
could
never going to
subpoena
say
the records?
whom is. I don't know if they will document it.
I mean, it'd be smart not
specifically,
to.
yeah, specifically because of this.
Backlash.
Well, just in case scenarios if something fucking happened.
Mhm.
they can't get sued. It's more like a fucking just a
Yeah.
loophole. You don't want to fucking just have that shit ready. But I just think it's crazy at how it came out. It really kind of sucks for the Becky girl because
Aunt
like
Becky?
they're just fucking like
Oh,
trouncing
the
her.
Memes are fucking fantastic.
trouncing.
Her daughter's a YouTube, like an influencer. She lost all her deals. She actually lost she had a career and lost the career
She
because
lost
of
the
this.
career, and then Aunt Becky, she lost her career.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, all
She's
of it.
gone. They're all just fucking screwed at this
But-
point.
Speaking of people who lost their career, who are getting it back,
Oh yeah.
James Gunn got
Shifting gears.
rehired as the director of Guardians of the Galaxy 3.
After the whole.
Really shifting gears.
I'm
all
sorry,
right.
but I was thinking of losing their careers, and it just made me.
Woo!
But
Speaking of which, I immediately went. Well, I didn't go immediately on Twitter, but I went on Twitter today and tweeted that all those people who fucking fought with me about
James
6
Gunn,
months ago,
yeah.
suck it. I was right. You were wrong. Suck it. So actually, the tweet got 2 likes.
And on top of that,
Suck it. Because that's what I said. But yeah, it was pretty interesting that James Gunn was rehired almost, 6 months after. They could
So,
not
yeah.
figure out a fucking plan what to do with Guardians 3, and they realized that the script needed the man to direct it.
well, did you also see the other thing that was going on? And I thought it was funny was everyone was joking around. Well, they saw that DC hired him to do the Suicide Squad reboot. Marvel's like, no, that can't happen. Come back.
Well, that thing still seems like a clusterfuck.
So it's a reboot. It's
Of
not.
Suicide Squad?
Yes.
How
It's-
do you reboot something that just came out 2 years ago?
So well, I mean, they did that with Spider-Man.
That's fine. That's because they made a deal. That switched. You're
But-
still in Warner Brothers.
But so here's what happened.
That's like saying, "Oh, my manager sucks. Let's
You're
ask
fired."
the supervisor what he thinks."
I actually thought that the Suicide Squad was pretty good.
I didn't mind it.
Yeah.
It wasn't bad, but it wasn't.
No, it wasn't the shit
It was
show that everybody thought
way
it was.
better than all the other DC shit that they've been putting out.
Anything not touched by Zack Snyder's good.
I'm just saying, it was
Correct.
much better.
So this one's actually going to be called. It's a reboot. It's going to be called The Suicide Squad, which is why Will Smith is not a part of it anymore. Idris Elba is actually taking
Deadshot.
Deathshot now, which I'm actually kind of okay with that. I think he can do the brooding a little bit better.
I liked Will Smith.
I liked Will Smith. Don't get me wrong, but I do like Idris.
Unless
I
he's
think
coming to Marvel.
Ooh.
Will Smith.
Yeah, I mean they've got
What
a
do you
whole
think he
new
would be
X.
doing?
He's got a whole X-Men franchise for people to start attacking.
Oh yeah, because
Right.
that was the other thing. Did you see today?
That finalized today.
Disney
You
and
have
Fox.
ADD
I do.
Yes,
I
you
can't
all
help
over
it.
the fucking place.
Yeah, Disney and Fox finalized their deal
Yep,
today.
the merger is complete.
Yep.
I don't fucking get how the hell that even.
Who cares it
remotely
happened?
goes
Let us
through.
have X-Men back.
That's fucking mind blowing.
Well, they're not
They
taking all
fucking-
of it.
The goddamn they don't have sports and
Well,
news.
I think because they left the stations out of it.
To be
too.
fair,
If they
nobody
brought- if they
wants
tried
Fox
to-
News.
If they tried to buy the stations, I think they would have had a problem. Because then they own like 4 out of the fucking top 3 or whatever it is.
Nobody wants Fox News.
Plus, it's going to be hard to stop them when Comcast just did it with Universal and then CBS is doing it with Viacom.
Yeah, no, but they did finalize today. That is done. They are merged.
Mhm.
But that's the big thing is, and I think that might have part of the reason why James Gunn came back.
The merge?
Yeah.
Well, I think that, and I really don't think they could have found someone else to do Guardians. Tahiti or whatever.
The dude from
The Thor Ragnarok director, I think he could have done it, but I don't think he wanted to.
he might not have.
And I think I personally think and this is all just speculation, he stood his ground and said, I'm not doing that. That's his.
because of what happened.
Yeah, that's his. Let him do it.
Speaking of Ragnarok, did you see how Jeff Goldblum was saying he wants a spin-off movie with him and the Collector, and how they came to be?
I think in theory they could be in the Eternals movie.
But what's that?
So that's on the slate for like.
A while out.
We could talk about Marvel.
Yeah,
for
but that's fine.
hours.
Keep going.
But it's like a bunch of immortals and gods.
Okay.
Those two are technically immortals,
Yeah.
and they could be.
Yeah,
in there.
Jeff Goldblum was saying that he would love to do a movie with whatever that guy's name is.
Benedict Del Toro.
No. The director.
Oh, Tahiti.
Yeah, he would love to do a movie with him about him and the Collector, because technically they're brothers, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So that's the thing he wants to do,
They-
like an origin story with them.
So like here's the cool thing they could do with those two. They could do a Tournament of Champions. because there's a
Yeah.
comic run where they both face off against each other by picking their heroes and the villains that they want on each team. They'll never do it because it would be huge budget and make no sense.
But
in
it
the
would
scheme
just
of
be
things.
that he was saying he would want more of like an origin story movie, like how he came to Sakaar and stuff like that.
Yeah, I'd be interested.
That sounds
He's
like a
never there.
great MOBA game.
It is a mobile game. Clash of Champions or something like that.
But yeah, no, they're a lot has happened for Disney and Marvel in the past couple days.
Well, it's weird. Eric actually brought up a point to me the other day, and I know you've got a list of stuff. We'll get to it.
Don't worry about it.
But he brought up a point that, in theory, we could be dead before this whole Marvel thing
Completely
finishes out. But he's like, I don't know where they can go with it. Well, if you look at the slate, you've got. We'll just assume everything's a trilogy. I don't feel like Marvel's not going to do a trilogy for anything. So you got 2 more Black Panthers.
Yes.
You got 2 more Doctor Stranges.
Well, they already got one listed, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You, in theory, have 2 more Spider-Mans. One's coming out this July.
Yeah.
You have 2 more Miss Marvels or Captain Marvels. Did you see it?
No.
You don't even know.
He just ignore it. I don't know why you fed into that.
He made me bite. They're doing a Black Widow one.
Yeah, I remember that.
There's heavy rumors they're doing another Blade with
Yes, I've seen that.
Wesley Snipes.
Which would be huge.
Yeah.
Letting Marvel do Blade with Wesley Snipes would be a huge thing for people.
So you've got that. You
Would
also
he be
have
in the universe though?
they're thinking about integrating him.
How?
He would
There's
mentor a
fucking
younger one.
vampires.
Yeah.
Marvel would figure it the fuck out.
Yeah, Morbius is a vampire too, one of the Spider-Man villains, who is getting a Sony thing.
Yeah, because Jared Leto.
Is he doing Morbius?
Yeah.
I'm not seeing that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's
sucks.
Jared Leto.
Blade is such a dark movie. It's great.
Well, I mean, I think Deadpool kind of let it open the door. Like Disney went, you know what, we can do R. And then Deadpool even came out PG-13 and did okay.
Yeah.
So
It did much better with R though. Hear me, Disney.
No,
Hear me,
it-
the mouse.
It did do
it started
better
with
as
R, and then they kind of tested the
re-released it
waters
PG-13.
with the PG-13.
Yeah.
But Deadpool's supposed to be getting one more, at least.
Yeah, it was supposed to be a whole X-Force franchise too. That was
Yeah.
what they were setting up in Deadpool too. But there also Eternals was announced. You got to think there might be a third Ant-Man. I mean, they might pass on it because Ant-Man is the weakest of the bunch probably.
But he got shrunk,
Yeah.
unless it's in the next Avengers.
Yeah. Well, I mean, have you seen any trailers?
No.
Okay, but I won't spoil anything for you. We'll talk about it when you see it in November. But you got to think that's almost like 13 movies right there, and they haven't introduced characters like the Fantastic Four or the X-Men.
Now that we got them back.
Yeah, so that's easily the next 10 years, and you got a Guardians 3 that hasn't been shot yet, which
Will be soon. I mean, I'm sure now that
And-
they've got him back, they're gonna start
yeah.
right up on that.
And Kevin Feige, well, I think they said after Suicide Squad wraps up, that's when he's going to do it.
Yeah.
But Kevin Feige also said that the Guardians will continue with a different Guardian squad.
Yeah, because that's what they were hinting at the second one.
Yeah, with like Sakaar and all that stuff.
Going back, yeah. But we'll see.
But it's just crazy that Eric said that to me, and I realistically thought that I could be 50 and this thing's still not done.
And you know what? Our asses will still be there opening fucking weekend.
Yeah, and I'm like, well, back in my day, Captain America was Chris Evans, okay?
Yes.
Because the thing that sucks too is they, as cool as this whole Thanos arc has been, they really missed the boat that if they wanted to do Marvel 20 years, the Reality Stone could have made them new actors and be like, well, no, I've always looked like this. It's a cheap cop out, but that's how you could have easily explained it.
People were saying today, like trying to figure out who they want the next villain to be for the big arc.
Well,
and
you're also
Kang.
assuming that they're going to
Who?
get rid of the
Kang.
Reality Stone.
You want Kang?
I want Kang.
A lot of people were saying Galacticus.
Galactus would be okay if they did it right. It was a cloud when Fox fucking did it, so I don't want to really fight a cloud. But Kang, if they're doing time travel in this one, like they're hinting at, that's what pisses Kang off in the comics. And then Kang could make his way in here to yell at the fuck with him because he started fucking with the timeline. That's just me.
But then
I could talk for hours on
I
this
know.
shit.
But then you're keeping the Reality Stone alive, so you can still do what you're saying.
No,
You
it's
start
true.
chopping
Well-
out people.
Well, we don't know if the stones are going to make it through the end.
Kang is actually
Well, I assume they would have to.
the grandson of Reed Richards from Fantastic Four.
Stay tuned for the next episode. We're going to do Marvel.
Yeah, so in theory, Kang is about 3 generations removed from Reed Richards. He creates a time machine and comes back and kidnaps Captain America for being the man at a time. This could be a way without killing him off and leaving a gate open
Putting
for him to come
as-
back.
Yeah.
Kang rips him out of the timeline. Cap is, oh no, he's dead. But he's not. Oh, God, Marvel, hire me. I have a lot of ideas. I'm sure a lot of nerds in
You
their
hear
30s
that,
say this.
mouse? Do you hear that, mouse?
But anyway, that's just. What else do you got on your docket? Because I will sit here and talk Marvel until it's time to go to work tomorrow. You'll be bored to flight for LA by the time I get done.
Well, speaking of flying,
Oh, there you go. What a transition. We work in tandem.
Transitions have been solid though.
They have.
I can't say I might have ADD, but at least I had reasons for it.
You have triggers. And those triggers go, let's go down this lane.
I'm triggered.
Yeah.
she's a typical woman, man. The trigger, quick, right pointer, turn. Don't look, just turn.
Which has been fun driving up towards New York all week because they don't use them.
No, you don't
No,
need
North
them.
It's like, hey, and they got this. Oh my.
North Jersey's so bad, yeah.
I'll complain about the exit when we get off the air, but this fucking exit to Union doesn't make any goddamn sense to me. You're going like, and then you're there.
Sounds great.
So planes.
The 737 MAX 8s, I believe they were.
Mm-hmm.
Greatness right there, baby, dropping out of the skies.
Yeah, but Trump grounded them all, didn't he?
It's fucking sad that Trump.
Because he had to pretend like he was doing something. That's all it was.
No, this fucking what the hell's the FFA doing?
What was that?
The FFA?
Well, I'm sorry. What
They were
was
laid
that?
off for a month.
Yeah, they were off for a month. Like they kept saying, "Oh, these planes are fine. Don't worry about it. These planes are fine."
If I was the FAA, I would have walked up and be like, you know what? I had that on my desk for January, but you got into a hissy fit, and I didn't get a chance to get it done.
Exactly. It's fucking crazy.
That would immediately be my out. It's like, nah, Mr. President, this was on the January outline call, but we didn't have the call because we were all furloughed because of your fucking wall. Now you can't even get over the wall because there's no planes to fly over them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But it looks like it's, I guess, a software glitch.
It just makes the wing fall the fuck off.
It's a glitch in the Matrix.
Wait, what's happening to them? I read that wings are just falling the fuck off.
Wings are falling off. No. So apparently, because they had to move the engines closer on the wing, so it's closer to the body, it actually upsets the balance of the plane. So the plane wants to ride, I think it's nose up, basically.
Mhm.
So the plane wants to travel like this, and then the problem is they developed software so when they click on autopilot's the issue. It will
Laziness.
Yeah, so basically, I guess it uses whatever to counteract it to bring the nose back down, because if it stays up like that, it will stall out. But for some reason, these idiots are doing it after takeoff, and then just turn it on because God fucking forbid you fly the plane.
Do what you were paid to do.
When they switch over, for some reason, it's thinking that it's getting ready to stall. So what the software is doing is it's telling the plane to go bring the nose down, and it keeps bringing the nose down. And the problem is you just took off, so you're not that high up.
Holy shit.
So you meet the ground at some point.
May not be very pleasant, but you meet the ground.
So I guess two airliners went down already. So one was in Ethiopia, I know that.
A lot of people
and,
died.
I forget where the second one is. It's somewhere in the Middle East, if I remember correctly.
Where they all died.
And it was, I think it's close to 450-ish dead so far after 2 plane crashes. And then the last one, which I can't remember where it was at, everyone else basically grounded the things except for the United States of America, which we required our presidents to actually ground them for us because the FAA was like, these planes are fine, these planes are fine, these planes are fine.
What you're saying is Trump's campaign was, I grounded the flights, you're welcome.
Pretty much.
For 2020.
Pretty much.
Obama would have had them in the air.
So, the stock tanked. And then it started coming back up because they said, "Oh, they're getting ready to release an update to try and fix it." And then Boeing just came out and basically said they're fine.
They can't fix it. They can't figure it out.
I think there's more wrong with them than people are realizing.
Is
It's
it
like a
running on
major
SAP?
glitch. So they're yeah, I know, right? So they're actually getting ready to create, I guess, warehouses to store these planes, Boeing, because of the issues that they're interacting here. China's getting ready to they're getting pissed.
China.
They're pissed at us.
When aren't they?
Because nobody's coming to
Because
China.
part of the trade deal agreement or whatever that they put in to make it better for
That's why he fucking grounded it.
President Trump to not keep bashing them was they were gonna buy a bunch of these fucking planes because Boeing's an American company to fix the trade deficit here. Yeah, how's that going, China?
Gotcha.
So there's a lot of shit going on.
Next
with it.
time my Happy Meal toy breaks, remember me.
Exactly. So it's kind of crazy what's going on. China, I think, is the nation with the largest quantity of them. The other one, it's got fucked. The airline with the most of them, Southwest.
Oh, the cheapest one. No wonder they were so cheap.
No.
It wasn't even guaranteed to have it in the air the whole time.
Southwest is not the cheapest. Frontier and Spirit.
Well, then Frontier probably just turned like the
Frontier's
7
planes
around.
are from the 70s.
They're fucking rocks. I don't even know what the hell that
know.
seat is. You would never in a million
my
years.
God.
I went in
First of
that
all,
thing and
for
I was
starters-
cramped
for
and I'm
starters,
fucking
I
short.
seriously thought I was back in the 70s when I got on the last Frontier flight that I fucking got on. It was awful.
That's why I don't fly.
Yeah,
anymore.
don't fucking. And that was even Ashley was like, "This is fucking crazy."
That's when you went to Miami, right?
No, we came back from Miami. That
Frontier
was
and Spirit
horrible.
are absolutely fierce.
Granted,
They literally basically buy old planes from other airlines that airlines have probably retired and just say, here's some green paint.
So they probably went, look at all those Boeings. I'm going to give me a nice good deal.
yeah,
They won't complain about space anymore.
But yeah, it's
Shit.
crazy. So yeah, I don't know where it's gonna go. I think Boeing's gonna be in some deep doo-doo here for a while. They were already struggling because the Airbus came out with their new one, and they kind of came out before them. It's sort of like, come out with the first thing and you're golden. Boeing fucked up, took them a little bit longer to get theirs out, and
Still
then it's a fucked up product. So
That blows.
yeah, we'll see what happens.
Interesting. So another thing, we're just bouncing off topics. No segue for this one, but
No.
something us on the show, not really everybody at this table. You guys bailed, but we're doing the fat bet where we were trying to lose weight, all that whole 9 yards. And
Fat.
because I think I've been posting in that fucking group. Facebook keeps recommending this keto diet, whatever the fuck it is. Anybody know what the hell it is?
It's awful for you. Don't do it.
What is it? Like, I don't understand
The
it.
nutritional value of it is outrageous, and it's not good for you.
I mean, I won't do it because it seems like they eat a lot, and
It's
like
like
I gotta
weird,
cut
I
back
don't
on
know.
eating.
You eat just meat, I think it was.
It's like meat, cheese, and like it's
It's
really weird.
I mean,
it's
that's
like
kind of my diet.
it's sort of opposite of like no carbs, like you just eat carbs. It's an odd.
yeah.
I don't get it, but yeah.
but like, I swear, Facebook being the creepy thing they are, kept sending me ads for the keto diet. I keep seeing people post it
Don't do
that
it.
they're doing
no,
it.
No.
Mainly women. I've only seen. Men don't ever talk about their diets except
Because
for me.
they don't actually diet; they kind of just do shit.
It's true,
That's right.
but it just seemed weird. Like
It's a
everybody
fad.
keeps talking about
It's just a fad. It's awful for you.
It's
like
almost
so
all the
many
diets are.
nutritionists have come out.
and just shit all over it.
Shit all over it. Like so many of them, like way more than like most of the other diets. They're all like, this is bad for you.
So, If you're eating all that good food, because that's what I eat, and that's why
Yeah.
I have my physique.
Mm-hmm.
How are they losing weight?
See, I think
Well,
I
you
think
do-
they're like fasting and stuff like that, and I think
Well,
that's the problem.
I don't think it's really the fasting. I think it's because you're just eating protein. Basically, is all you're eating.
You're not getting nutritional value.
So
from shit.
you're gonna lose weight because your body after
It's
if you
feeding
eat
off the
one
other-
if you eat just one thing all the time, like you don't eat as much of it. Like try drinking milk, a gallon of milk. What happens? Your body says fuck
The
you.
street becomes white.
So it's sort of the same
your
same
Yeah.
concept with it. If that is, if you keep eating meat, you're gonna eat less and less because that's all you're fucking giving your body.
And it's also it's gonna take from the other stuff that was already there to try to feed like off of it.
yeah. So then all the other nutrients have to come from somewhere.
So let's just say I'm not on any specific diet. I just try to keep low calories. I eat a lot of Chipotle,
Ciabatta.
which has a lot of chicken.
No, it's
and
not. It's like specific things.
I
Like,
think
you
it's
have to,
red meats, if I remember
No,
correctly.
I don't know. You have to, and it's a lot of
Yeah.
cheese. I don't know. It's really dumb.
I do eat a lot of cheese,
Cheese
Yeah,
is
me
good.
which makes me I'm bloated. So I
So-
don't know how that one works.
Besides keto, which is something, there was something else we were talking about right before the show started. Woodstock got announced.
Yes, yes.
So Woodstock's lineup got announced. It's 3 days. It's in August. It's really fucking weird. Like, it's really weird.
The weird thing is, it like at least when you were explaining it to me, it went back and forth between bands you listen to and bands I listen to, and then bands neither of us listen to.
So I think what they I kind of get it because like they're spreading them out over the 3 days to make sure everybody's there for each day. But like there are just some weird ass ones. Like
you should do it right where you can bring in like the really old white people to come see the really old white men.
But it's not even. There's not even a lot of older bands.
Don't bring a bunch of like deadheads to go hang out with JC fans. It's not gonna work out well.
Exactly. And my thing is it's not even like there's a lot of old school bands, which I was expecting because it's the 50th anniversary.
There's not many alive.
No, you're
like
not wrong.
I'm trying to. If you try to look at the original Woodstock lineup, there's very few bands still together.
But
you can get.
He doesn't do shit anymore.
But you still. But there's other things like you still could have gotten Elton John.
He doesn't. He's not touring anymore. He said he's done.
They're all done. Yeah, I'm trying to remember who.
The only one you can probably get is the Rolling. Yeah,
that's it. Because
they'll never die.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on there.
Look at Keith Richards. The man was dead 10 years ago.
You could probably get.
Yeah, he'll show the fuck up.
Roger show. You could probably get Roger Waters to do it too.
No, they already announced the lineup.
You won't get all of Pink Floyd.
So
you won't get all of them.
So here's what it is. Day one is the Killers, Miley Cyrus, Santana, the Lumineers.
Okay, I'm gonna stop you right there. The first three, the Killers. It's a very alternate pop rock band.
Yeah.
Then you have Miley Cyrus.
Who's just a shit show.
Hardcore pop, if not sometimes country.
Yeah.
And then you have Carlos Santana, which is like R&B.
R&B, rock R&B.
Rock R&B.
And then you have the Lumineers.
Those are
like chill, like alternative rock.
And those are 4 completely different demographics.
And they're the 4 main for that day. They're the first, like they're the main headliners for that day.
I bet if Carlos doesn't go on at first,
yeah,
for all the old people that want to go to bed,
that makes sense.
It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
But there's a couple other random ones in there, like, and then day 2, you've got Dead and Company,
which
Chance the Rapper. Chance the Rapper.
I don't know who that is.
Exactly though, the Black
But
Keys.
you know Dead and Company. It's a Grateful Dead.
But then you've got Dead and Keys, and then you've got Greta Van Fleet. You got Portugal the Man. Greta Van Fleet is basically Led Zeppelin. No,
yes,
no,
they sound a lot like my dad likes them.
Yeah,
so that's how I know
my
that
mom likes them.
Yeah. He's like, oh, they sound like Zeppelin. I'm like, okay, I like Zeppelin hit or miss.
So Portugal the Man, all right. You've probably heard one of their songs, that "Feel It Still" song. So
what's the band?
Portugal the Man. So I had to sit through them at the birthday show this summer, and I'm emotionally traumatized by what I had to watch on stage. So they don't talk on stage, like they're super awkward. They literally had stuff above them saying like, hey, we're weird, our manager wrote this out, but the videos was like Salvador Dali took fucking acid and got even crazier and animated it.
Is that already on acid when he does it?
Exactly. Like the videos that displayed behind them would probably give me nightmares if I ever had to sit through them again. So they're fucking weird. Like, and then like there's other ones in there that like for that day that was like I've never even heard of some of these. I've never heard of some of these people. And then for the third day, which you were saying, Jay-Z, Imagine Dragons,
Jay-Z, wow,
Cage the Elephant.
Cage the Elephant, that's pretty good.
So random.
That is random, yeah.
Yeah, and it's just like.
And how do you have Jay-Z without Beyonce? I feel like they go hand in hand.
Yeah.
Depends on what she wanted to do.
Okay.
Yeah.
I also think she might be a Lollapalooza or.
She clearly wears the pants in the race.
What's the other 3-day one? Is it Lollapalooza?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think she's at that.
It's the Bono one, right?
The funny thing is, she probably wears the pants in the family, but I feel like Jay-Z makes more money.
He has his hands in a lot of shit.
He's a producer. That's the thing.
He's a fucking entrepreneur and a half. He knew how to do it his way.
But like Halsey, like look, I like Halsey. Do not get me wrong. Do I think Halsey should be headlining Woodstock? Popularity-wise, no. Quality-wise, Halsey's an emo kid just like me, so she likes all that stuff.
Does it say where they're doing? Are they doing it in the same field?
Yeah, I believe so. It should be.
That sucks for that field.
Yeah, it's Watkins Glen, New York.
Took them long enough. They finally regrew all the grass.
The other, sticking with the music theme, an interesting note locally that I had just heard over the past week, the Trocadero closed.
Okay, so I actually can tell you a little bit more about that. So the Trocadero closed, and there's also really bad rumors that the Festival Pier is closing.
That was the other one that I heard. It is closed.
It is closed.
Yep.
So that's what I was gonna say. So the stage has been taken down from there for months. So apparently, from what I know, from what I'm hearing from someone who works in the city, no, it's not condos. What's happening is they are planning on building another venue by the Sugar House. That's supposed to be kind of like how the Fillmore is, where there's 2 separate venues in one, but it's supposed to be bigger and like have more
indoor.
to it. I don't know, but here's my issue.
Probably.
But here's what doesn't make any sense. The Fillmore is literally right there. The
It's
Fillmore's
weird.
right next to the Sugar House.
Because
So
I've never been to the Trocadero.
they said it's supposed to be the old Pico warehouse.
Ooh, Trocadero. I've been there several times.
I've been
it's
there.
really nice.
I've never been, but I've been to.
I've never been to like the actual stage. I always go to the top bar.
How long ago were you with the Troc?
What did you see there? Oh, you saw your friend's band, right?
It's Jake's friend's band always played
How
there.
long ago?
Years. It had to be fresh out of high school,
I was
right?
in high school. No, I was in college.
It's not so pretty
I was in
anymore.
college. No, it
It's
was not
basically
pretty.
A hole in the wall.
Yeah, I know. I went to the bathroom. You see the little naked ladies all over the place. It was good.
The
I liked it.
But I was more hit about Festival Pier. I've been there every year for the last 3 years for Offspring.
Yes. So
And I was like, damn,
So
I like the
Festival
venue.
Pier. Actually, that really does hit me hard. Some of my best moments have been at that place. First time I ever got to see Paramore in the Barricade, I was at the Festival Pier.
Yeah.
It was one of my favorite shows ever. And like I've been to other concerts there. I've been there. I got to meet Simple Plan for the 1st time there. Like there's been a lot of stuff that's been
And
there for me.
you can walk right down the block and go to Dave & Buster's afterwards.
or you can walk
kinda
right the other way and go to Kavanaugh's.
Because I think they're also aren't they also done doing the Jay-Z thing there?
Made in America?
Made in
No,
America?
that was originally that was a thing, but no, because I think there was rumors that was going to happen, but then Jay-Z in the city of Philadelphia worked that out.
Oh, that's why he was. They made fun of him in the Mummers Parade.
Yes. Originally there was a problem, and it wasn't supposed to happen this past year, but they worked it out.
Yeah.
But no, Made in America.
I thought that this last year was the last year.
No, because Jay Z picked Philadelphia. He picked Philadelphia for a reason. He wanted to do it because
Oh.
he likes the way he just like
just
the
the
layout.
Well, to be honest, the layout's fucking amazing for it. But
But see, no,
fuck
where
you,
they-
because you just killed a city.
But where they do,
Yeah.
they do it, that's the thing. It is a giant clusterfuck. They pick a terrible place to do it.
It's a great place to do it. It just sucks
It's a
trying to
clusterfuck,
commute.
yes.
Yeah, the problem is it's a great location, but it's a bad location when it comes to because you're
If you
literally
live there.
dead center of the fucking city.
Yes.
So like you literally
It causes
becomes a
some problems,
nightmare to
yes.
get from one side to the other.
From what I've
But
been
it's a
told,
great fucking venue.
but
like
from what I've been told, the reason is that they're going. For me, I don't understand closing. I understand closing the track. Not much really goes there anymore. It's a forgotten place.
And they're not. It's not like they're demolishing it because it's got the historic value because of how old it was.
Well, it's also in Chinatown. They really can't demolish it. It's
It
just
used
gonna
to
get
be a
gutted.
burlesque
Yeah.
house or whatever.
So with the Festival Pier, I don't really understand them closing it because there's really not many outdoor venues left in the city of Philadelphia.
Right? You got like the Man Center.
So
that's
the
about
Man
it.
Center, the Man Center, no, he's right. No, so the Man Center also introduced something called the Skyline Stage. Have you ever done that?
I've seen Weird Al there twice. That's all I've seen.
So have you seen him in the amphitheater?
Yeah.
Okay. So you know when you go
Yeah.
up the stairs, you know that field that's off to the right?
Yeah.
So they put a stage up there, and they can fit about 5,000 people on that
Where you
field.
normally park?
No. Up the stairs. When you go up the stairs on the side of the amphitheater. So you know to the right of the amphitheater. No,
some
it's not a
people,
parking lot.
it's on
up
the
a hill.
bot.
I've
Well,
been
when you
there.
go there for actual concerts where more than 2 people show up, yes,
Negative,
you
there was
park.
5,000.
You park in the grass.
Yeah.
But you can park on the bottom of that hill.
Mm-hmm.
You don't actually park on the hill, but
There's
you can
no
park
way
at the
people
bottom.
can park up on this hill though because it's after the stairs. So you know when you go to the amphitheater.
I haven't been there in years.
Maybe
So-
I'm wrong, but
So there's an amphitheater where the amphitheater is. You
Yeah.
have a stairwell to the side of the amphitheater.
I gotta be honest with you, I've only been there twice. So
Okay,
it's
so
kinda fun.
there's a big ass hill and a big ass like
two makes
field
sense.
area to the side
I
of that.
graduated there.
To the side of that amphitheater.
Mhm.
So they put up a stage there, and they can fit about 5,000 people outside like that. And that's what I've been there once or twice. I'm actually going to be there in July.
Such a
Susquehanna
bitch to get
is
there.
an
I
It
hate
is.
going
I
there.
agree. It was fucking awful.
Susquehanna or whatever it is.
Susquehanna- you mean the BB&T?
That's New Jersey though.
Everybody thinks it's Philly. Do you know how many
it's
times I
pretty
go
much
there and
Philly.
people say Philly?
Yep, and I yell back.
So do I.
Fuck you, it's Camden.
So do I. But what I was
Yeah.
saying is I don't understand the point of them building the venue where he's telling me they're going to build it. The Fillmore's already right there, and it's serving the same purpose that the Festival Pier did. It fits about the same size. Maybe the Festival Pier is a little bit more because it's outdoors, and then it has the Foundry right above it.
Oh, you're talking.
And that's what I
You're
liked
talking
about
back
it, is
here,
it being
aren't you?
outdoors.
See, I'm not a big outdoors
Yeah,
person.
you don't park there.
Let me say,
Yeah, we park over there.
are you
No,
looking at
you
the
park
Skyline
over
stage?
here where you
Yeah,
see where all the cars are being in
So
and
this
out.
is the amphitheater, right?
Yeah, so you're talking here.
Up
For
here.
all of
Yeah,
viewers
it's
or
right up
listeners
here.
and viewers, you
That's
can't
the
see shit.
Skyline stage. So they basically built a
Oh.
stage here, and then that's where everybody's at.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's
If it's a lot of
also-
people,
what's called
it's a
over
really
here?
great setup. And at night, the reason it's called the
There's
Skyline
a couple
Stage.
areas inside what's called the Dell Music Center. Yeah, you'll never be there.
But
I'll never be there. I've walked past it and I
So-
feel scared for my life.
But the main reason it's called the Skyline Stage is because when you leave at night, the view of the city is absolutely beautiful. You see the entire city, like from where you're at on that hill. It's gorgeous. But the guy,
You're talking about the man.
The Skyline Stage, yeah. So what I'm being told is they're building one in the old Pico warehouse, and they're gonna try to do the same setup as the Fillmore. But my issue with that is that the people who need those little venues aren't gonna be able to do it if there's nothing there.
But I loved the festival pier because you were outside. They had that little bit of sand. And there was food trucks off to the side.
That sand didn't used to be there. That's a new addition. That wasn't there 5 years ago.
My
I liked
honest
it.
opinion, though, like, you can do that in so many areas in Fairmount Park.
I'm not saying
The
you
pier?
can't.
No, like an outside venue like that with food trucks. There's so many places in Fairmount Park
I'm
you
not
could
saying you
technically
can't,
do
but
that.
that's what I'm saying. They're getting rid of one of their only outdoor venues like that. Because
Not
from what
really. Like, you have the Man, you have the
I-
Dell,
I'm-
there's the
But-
Skyline Stage.
But nobody goes
I just
to
named
those.
fucking 3 of them. Like
I'm more disappointed because as a New Jerseyan, I don't want to go that deep into Philly.
Well, that I can understand.
Going over the bridge and getting right off is
But-
about the
but think
extent of
about
what I
it
do.
like this, Gibby. I said the Skyline Stage at the Man. He had no fucking clue what I was talking about.
I knew there
I've
was
always
a, I
said
knew
you
there
could.
was a side
But
stage there. I thought it was
you
on the
say-
I thought it was on the back side
No.
of the what's called.
But
it's
you say
not.
the Festival Pier. People know what you're talking about. It was one of the only useful outdoor venues in the city.
And you
of
say the
Philadelphia.
Dell, and I know what you're talking about.
You're the only one. I've
I
never
think
even
a
heard
computer.
of that.
Yeah, that's what I thought at first, but that's just because it's near where I used to work.
Look, I'm just saying. I think.
Oh, well, then I probably saw it.
No, you did. You might have, but you probably
Unintentionally.
scared shitless.
With what they have
Thumbs up.
planned, with what they're
Yeah.
trying to replace
Oh,
it
yeah.
with,
Oh,
I
so
don't
then
think
there's
it
no
makes
one there.
sense. With what they're trying to replace them with, I don't think it makes sense.
Yeah, I don't. I can understand trying to because, like I said, you finish concert there, walk to Dave and Buster's, you hang out at Dave and Buster's. If they move to Sugar House, it'll boost business at
But I
Sugar
don't even know if
House.
they're moving it that close to Sugar House. Do you know how close that warehouse is to the Sugar House?
I have no clue.
They said it's the old Pico warehouse.
I have no idea where that's at.
Neither do I.
I often forget the relationship, like how close Sugar House is to the pier now.
Well, let's talk about how close Sugar House is to the Fillmore, and they're trying to build it right next to the Sugar House. You literally can see the Sugar House from the corner of the Fillmore.
I like how you're just. I'm gonna check out Philadelphia with Google Maps and just see where everything's at.
There's the Sugar House. There's
Sugar
Dave
House
and
is there,
Buster's.
and then there's-
Festival Pierce here.
It's not that far to begin with. Does it say what the Pico House is?
It should be an old Pico warehouse. I don't know if it's still going to be on there as that.
Now you're getting into shady area. The further you go up that
I was gonna
side.
say, yeah.
I'm not
We-
saying I
yeah.
agree.
We had a warehouse there. We had to shut down for certain reasons.
I'm really. It is kind of soul crushing because you have a lot of memories in places like that.
I agree. I agree. Crazy. Anyway, the last note. You guys probably don't know what it is. I know you definitely wouldn't know what it was.
Woohoo!
Any of you guys watch Community?
Somebody died. I seen it. You showed
Yeah, you
me.
posted that.
Yeah. Old man Leonard died. So
Sorry.
disappointing. He was the greatest character in that show.
No, he wasn't.
He was.
Bullshit.
You would have admired him.
Probably.
He's you
Woohoo!
at 93. So I don't think you'll make that, but it'll be interesting.
Tell me, like, if you make.
I'll try.
So let's go around the horn and see what everybody's got going on. Gibby, we'll start with you.
Please email me at dacemanshow@gmail.com. I will send him pictures of whatever it is. I sent him one today. I'll let him plug it since I sent it to him.
Oh, good point. Yeah. Ow, motherfucker! What do you got going on?
Okay.
Yeah, I'm good.
So we are doing the 401 movie club, but we had to move it due to reasons I can't remember.
No.
Somebody.
Papadre.
Something. I don't know.
It worked out for me because it was gonna be a rough. That was gonna be a rough day. For
I
me.
didn't watch the movies yet, so it's probably for
To
the
be
best.
fair,
Yeah.
neither did I.
I watched.
So we are doing it next Saturday, March 30th at 8 p.m. like we would have been doing it this Saturday if we didn't have to move it. Still doing Brendan Fraser. We are doing, so we will, because I don't know why I let Frank convince me of that. But yeah, next Saturday the 30th at 8 p.m. we will be doing our next installment.
I feel like we chose his worst movies.
Frank chose the one, so.
I don't know.
Just throwing it the fuck out there.
I threw out mine. I didn't. Well, you know what's cool about the choices? It shows his depth or lack thereof.
That's my thing. I
Yeah,
wanted to not
well,
just choose
absolutely.
all his funny stuff.
Because if I had picked the films, it would have all been comedies.
But that was the thing. I didn't want to do all of his funny stuff because
But-
I
I still will talk about those comics.
I don't doubt it at
That's
all.
fine,
and
that's
I'm like, in Airheads, this is what.
I don't doubt it.
But
Which is
Airheads
fine.
may or may
But
not be
that's-
the film.
But
so.
that's the point, because Gibby hasn't even seen any of them, so it'll be nice to get a fresh take
Yeah,
on
I
them
did.
from
I've
him.
seen one.
I've seen
And
two
I
of them.
wanted to fucking murder my fucking eyelids.
All right, well, we'll talk about it in 2 weeks.
Anyway, so they got that going on. I believe Nerd is returning next month.
The hell's that?
Randy, whose sound bar is ridiculously loud.
Oh.
Anyway, Four Real Movie Club, or not Four Real Movie Club, the Nerd should be returning
Nerd.
next week or next month with Star Wars, I believe. He's building the outline. He's bringing it back. We'll see what happens there.
Okay.
Did you do it as a Star Wars? Oh, no.
We did Nintendo a year ago. Other news, too, keep your eyes and ears posted to the Facebook page, facebook.com/Dace Man Show, where we will announce the final total for the Dace-tacular Game for a Cause soon.
Soon.
We have it, I believe. We're just waiting to
Finalize.
celebrate it
Numbers.
because we
1 + 1.
We have to teach Gibby to count that high.
basically we're digesting it and celebrating it because we fucked ourselves for next year.
Oh, totally.
Anyway, facebook.com/Dace Man Show. Like us there. Follow us here on twitch.tv/Dace Man Friends. He plays Apex a lot. One night when I tell him I'm going to jump on, I might actually jump on with him.
Me and Papache played last night, but I knew I wasn't going to be able to play long because it's just not a good night.
Yeah, and I was dead tired because I've been driving to New York all week.
And I'm fucking pissed now that fucking Apex put out a goddamn season pass and a new hero, and I'll be in fucking LA.
For, like, not even 24 hours.
Well, I'm
going
going to lose 2 days, though.
That's true.
East Coast time.
I would bring my PlayStation, but that's me.
It's only one night, though. That's the problem. I'm
Doesn't-
flying the other night.
That doesn't stop me.
Yeah, fuck you.
Anyway, so twitch.tv/Dace Man Friends. We got all kinds of things going on. She's at the Four Real Movie Club. He's playing Apex. I want to start getting back into games because I bought so many of them. And Nerd will be returning shortly. Another big note is next week is the 300th episode of the Dace Man Show. Woo! Now, the game plan was to do a little special for you. We might not. Also, the game plan was that would be the final show.
Woo!
So all I will say is it is, but doesn't mean we're done. So tune in next week, see what we do. It could just be this format with us shooting the shit. I think this worked very well this week. It could be a variety show special, but I have ideas to reformat and give us a new invigorated sense going into the next.
Invigorated.
Yeah, going into the
Tell her
next
shut up, please.
300 episodes if we make it. But I want to know, it's an end of an era next Tuesday on the 300th episode. I made a blood splatter logo for it, so it'll be cool.
And we're going to use Gibby's real blood.
Yeah, and last but not least, what he was alluding to, starting tomorrow?
Starts tomorrow for the next 5 days.
Starting tomorrow for the next 5 days, go to tpublic.com/user/the Dace Man Show, and all our merchandise has just been slashed. Discounts galore. So you get all our t-shirts for the show that we'll stop doing next Tuesday. Anyway, that's all we've got tonight. It's in the workshop. Anyway, thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you for all your help at the Game-a-thon. I know we said it last week. I want to reiterate, I am truly thankful for what you guys have done. Both those who have helped as well as those who donated. And stick around because, as far as I'm concerned, bigger things on the horizon. So for the few, yeah, he's not here. For the proud. And for the Dace-tacular, thank you guys for tuning in, and we will